Alright, hello and welcome to the ReT podcast. Today I am joined by Adam.
Hello.
And Jan.
Hello.
So this is episode 6? 5?
5.
6?
Episode 5.
5. It is the 6th episode, but it is technically episode 5 because the first one doesn't count.
Yeah, but don't count the pilot.
We don't count the pilot. You don't talk about it.
Never existed.
So, if you aren't familiar with this, why are you watching episode 5? But also, we just kind of generally talk about Kingdom Hearts stuff, whatever, doesn't matter what, anything. So, just to kick it off, we are going to do what we do whenever we have a new person, and just ask them a ton of Kingdom Hearts questions.
Basically.
So, let's just scroll through the cards.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
I mean, we may as well make cards at this point.
Yeah, we've done the same whole thing. Okay, Jan, opinions of KH1.
It's a good game. I think it's not my favorite. I do have a tiny bit of nostalgia tied to it though. It's It's nice. Yeah, I actually played through it with my dad once, and we had to team up to beat Riku Ansem and just Ansem in general.
Elaborate.
That is a tough fight. Yeah.
Elaborate.
Okay, team up meaning there were points when, because he was mainly playing the game, and there were points when he was playing and he was like, I can't beat this boss, I don't know why, and I had to, then we just passed off the controller seeing who could beat the boss first.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love doing that, that's fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Alright, moving on to the next one.
I have to ask, the first time it was beaten, who beat him? Was it you or your dad?
I beat Ansem's second phase. I'm allowed to curse here, right?
Give it a couple more minutes.
Yeah,
okay,
alright,
but
do it within the first 5-10 minutes.
The second phase of Ansem, I hate it with a burning passion. I had to count so many things, but my dad ended up beating. Riku Ansem, which was really cool to just experience that.
That's good.
Cool. Alright, moving on to the next one. What do you think of Chain?
I have a strange relationship with that game. Because I played the Kingdom Hearts games a little bit backwards, and when it came to Chain of Memories, when Sora started forgetting Kairi, so did I. Sora was like, "Who's Kairi? All I know is this Naminé chick," and I was like, "Yeah, there's only Naminé. Where?"
Just Naminé.
Sora gaslighted you into believing.
Just Naminé.
Just Naminé. Just Naminé. My gosh, yeah.
I'm gonna have to make a fucking Doki Doki Literature Club edit now, aren't I?
Yes. Just Naminé sitting.
Oh, you can swear
in the
now.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I actually kind of enjoy that game. That was another game that my dad played and was unreasonably good at. He scares me sometimes.
Aye, okay. To be fair, Chain of Memories is quite easy to break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright, let's just move on to the next one. Did you even play Days, is the question.
Yes, I did. That's actually my favorite. That's one of my
Okay.
That's one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts games. I remember when I did play it, I had my own file on my game that, I went through and did all the stuff. I also had a cheat file that went straight to the end of the game, and that had a lot of the best items, so I just used that anytime I wanted to play through the ending and watch it and cry a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, I still have yet to actually play Days fully. I just had my friend had it and I got to try it out. I'm like, this is so cool, I need to buy a DS, and I never did.
No. Gosh, it's a weird game. I'd say it has I wouldn't say the worst gameplay out of every Kingdom Hearts game, but it's definitely down there. But the story is just
Oh yeah, but the story is phenomenal, even with some of the
beautiful.
dumb writing.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What dumb writing? It's
All
a
of the
flawless
dumb
story.
writing.
They decided to make a
It's
movie
all
of it. It
dumb
must be good.
writing. The movie. It leaves out a couple like important things from the game that you would think would be turned into cutscenes, but they weren't. And I don't like that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how they like gloss over some of the fights and like
Right.
important things, and they just kind of like hint at it happening.
Some of them they hint at, others they just ignore.
Like, honestly, I'd be fine if they delayed Kingdom Hearts 4 just to remaster Days.
Right?
In like
Your
the Cage 2 or
remastered
Cage
days
3
would be
game.
so good!
Like 3 days. That's literally all you need to name it.
There you go. That's all you need.
Moving on to the next 2. This is a big one. What do
Okay.
you think of the 2?
Okay, favorite game. It's actually the first Kingdom Hearts game that I ever played. I don't remember when I first played it, because I was too young to have memory at that point. Yeah, but
Feel
I...
that with Cage 1.
Yeah, but I played through that game many times, to the point where I can quote some scenes just as I see them, both verbally and physically. So...
I guess you could say you got it memorized.
And I'm leaving.
Don't
This is a
you
great
dare.
podcast, everybody. But I'm gonna go now. Bye, guys. This was great. See you. Thanks. No, I'm not.
Did she leave?
No.
What just happened? Sorry, I was like
Um,
the podcast people, like the people watching the episode, they'll have heard me getting some notifications through Discord. So I was spending a couple minutes trying to get rid of the noise, and then all I hear is a door slam. I'm thinking, what the fuck just happened?
okay. Since 2 is so important, what's your favorite world in 2?
Okay. I have one that's not shared with a lot of people. I love.
Don't you dare say Atlantica.
No,
Do it.
no,
Say
fuck
it.
Atlantic.
Say it.
I'm sorry.
Say
Screw Atlantica.
Oh, you can swear.
You don't want to
can swear.
swim this way and dance and play?
No! I used to kind of like it when I was a kid, just because I wanted to 100% the game, and I wanted to get all the songs down as correctly as possible. But now that I'm older and have a bit of singing training under my belt, I hate that world with a burning passion.
I am actually glad that when it comes to 100% in that game, you only have to play each song twice.
Right.
And not... And there's no requirement for like, oh, you need 10,000 points on one song, or you didn't do it. It's just,
oopsie,
yeah.
oopsie,
Play the
oopsie,
song
we
for
gotta
story,
do it again. No.
play it again. Okay, fine, I can
Right.
do that.
I think
Yeah,
It's
I
also-
was.
Also, Adam, what's gonna be really interesting is when we get to Cage 2, you said we're gonna do the songs, but we're gonna translate them. I will, Adam, literally, I will handle all of the song stuff. You just hand it to me and I'll edit it all, so you can just not work on that part of the video and just focus on the actual stuff.
Well, we got
Yeah.
Jan
I'll
here,
just
so
send them to you.
Yeah,
bit of-
I also.
bit of clarification for the viewers. So Jan is not one of our regular voice actors. She is the one who did our cover of Simple and Clean,
Mhm.
which
A
was
beautiful cover.
quite possibly the dumbest thing we ever did. But
Ew.
So pretty. Such a
But-
pretty
Thank
song.
you.
in terms of, so I was the one that did the script, which was just translating the song, and then Jan
made
it work.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to make some of the lyrics of that song work were troubling. They made me frustrated at points.
Yeah.
There's one part of
Speed
the
bumps.
wish I could prove that I love you. I went through like
Yeah.
5 variations of that one line just to make it fit.
Yeah, that's fair. Actually, speaking of that, we are going to have you help work on Sanctuary, and
Yes.
hopefully by the time we get to Kingdom Hearts 3, we'll find someone who will be able to do a dubstep remix of Face My Fears.
Yes.
Yes! You
I was
get
gonna be
Skrillex.
so.
No, we're not going to get actual script.
I will hard.
again,
Skrillex.
by the time we get to that episode, he might not be doing anything, so we'll just
Yeah,
send him a
just
message. Say, hey, do you want some work?
Hey, Mr. Skrillex.
Hey,
what's up?
Skrilly baby, you want some work?
no,
It's
don't
me.
call me Billy Baby.
It's me, Nomura, your old pal. Hey, I love the idea of Nomura having Skrillex on speed dial. Just like as his emergency contact or something.
Why Skrillex of all people? Like, hey, so I need a trap remix of Rowdy Rumble. Do you think you can do that for me?
Oh no, yeah, like yeah. How much money are you gonna give me to do it?
Oh, you'll just do it for a sandwich, okay.
Okay, good. That's, I mean, my usual fee. My usual.
His usual fee is just a few pennies and a sandwich.
It's a seesaw ice cream.
It goes like, no
Alright.
ice cream this time.
Should we move on to the next game?
Wait, no. There's still one question left.
Okay.
What is your least favorite world in Kingdom Hearts 2? Oh, you never said what your most favorite was. You just said you hated Atlantica.
Yeah, I hated Atlantica, but the Pride Lands. I love the Pride Lands.
Pride Lands is the favourite. Okay.
Yeah,
It's a little
world.
bit unique, because it's like, with every other world, you transform into something, but the controls very much stay the same.
right.
But
they-
when
they
you're
stay
Lion...
exactly the same.
Extinction,
Yeah, when you're
Kingdom Hearts 1,
Lion Sword,
Atlantica.
you have like 20 new abilities just for that form.
Right. It's so cool. And I distinctly remember I would go to that world just to like skid around like the empty vast land, just
Oh, yeah.
drifting around.
Drifting as
Drifting in
Lion Sora
circles
is...
as Lion Sora.
Drifting as Lion Sora is just so much fun.
It
They
is.
didn't have to make the controls for him so good. It's like you're playing Mario Kart.
Right. Also, if you ever play Kingdom Hearts 2 and you didn't go up to Pride Rock and throw yourself off of it at least a couple times, you're lying.
Yeah.
You are lying.
Well, it wasn't... Pride Rock was basically the main
Little-
training spot,
It was so
wasn't it?
small.
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
was very small. There was-
In
there
the
were only,
original
like, a few
game,
places
I
you
remember...
could explore.
In the original game, I remember using the top of Pride Rock as my main training place for the original Kingdom Hearts 2. Just because of all those yellow heartless things that I can't remember the name of.
The little fish flying
Yeah,
thing.
those
Yeah.
things. I'm
Oh,
sure
whack
someone
it
in the
this
comments will be
around.
able to tell us.
Someone's screaming right now. Just, it's this!
Yeah.
It's this!
Probably.
It's correcting every single thing.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not Atlantic, it's Atlantica!
It's Atlantica!
Alright.
So anyway, Bird by Sleep.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay. I know my boyfriend's going to be watching this, and he's going to be so sad. I've never fully played through Birth by Sleep.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Hang on,
I'm-
wait, wait,
Through
wait.
days.
This can
Hey,
be
listen.
rectified.
Jan, listen
Listen.
to me. Listen to me. I have Birth by Sleep. I will play it and stream it to you so you can experience it.
Okay.
No.
Let it be known. I have like watched the cutscenes because I am still a Kingdom Hearts nerd and I need to know everything.
Yeah.
But I've never like actually went through it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, hang on. When you say you never completed it, do you mean like you never completed all 3 stories, or you started playing as one character and just never finished that?
I started playing as Ventus,
Okay.
and then a family thing happened, and I was like, oh, I can come back to this later.
Okay.
And then I never came back to it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I played through all of it except for what was it? Except for Aqua, I think.
Okay.
I didn't
never-
beat Aqua.
I never played it on the PlayStation Portable. I got to it when the remakes came out, and
Right.
I did it as Terra Ventus Aqua, just so because I knew
Right.
that the final chapter was Aqua only. So I thought, fuck it,
Right,
go from an Aqua
okay.
story straight into the final, do the Aqua bit, and then go on from there.
Because that's the correct way to play it. Because there's only one way to play that game.
It's just the recommended order. It's not the way you're supposed to.
Okay. Speaking of which, who's your favorite of that trio?
I'd say Ventus probably.
Not Roxas.
Not Roxas. It's a tiny little not edgy Roxas.
I mean, I do like Ventus, but he does spend the majority of the franchise asleep. So
He Bro gets no screen time.
yeah.
Well, he's just a tired boy, okay?
Although he
He's
does
just a
get
tired little boy.
he does get one of the coolest moments in Kingdom Hearts 3. When he
That
is
true.
the only person in
True.
known history to break through the invisible wall that seals you into battles.
Right.
He breaks it with just. Oh.
Bro.
Alright,
I love the fact
next
that Kingdom Hearts 3, Tetsuya Nomura made the invisible battle boundaries canon.
Right. They're actually
this actually
magic
happens.
things. Only for specific battles.
this is a
though.
magic spell. Why doesn't everyone use this to trap people?
It's a term. It's the universe's magic. It doesn't happen
It's
in
a
like
secret
some
trade.
cutscenes, but like when the universe feels like, yeah, this seems like a battle that needs some boundaries. It gives boundaries.
Should we move on to Recoded
Uh,
very
oh,
quickly?
Recoded. Forgot about
All
Recoded.
right, yeah,
or
Recoded.
just Coded.
Never played it.
You and
That's
everyone
fair.
else in the world.
Yeah, I know my sibling has played it, but they never talk about it.
Well, I literally don't
Traumatized
even
by
know
it, probably.
how to get a copy. Like, it is one of the most scarce things,
Yeah.
despite it being kind of important-ish.
Yeah. No, I played it when it was back on the DS, and I actually really liked the gameplay. The gameplay was fun.
Okay.
The story's dog, but yeah, it was fun.
Alright.
Plus, the music slaps. I love the music of Coded.
Right. Okay.
I'm just
okay.
a big fan of like bossa nova style music, and just
Right.
having that dum da dum 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 da dum. It's great.
Alright, give it the 1 point. You got good music. Good
Yes.
job.
Oh, and the Roxas fight.
And the Roxas fight.
Yeah, okay. The Roxas fight is fine. I like the Sora Heartless fight,
Oh yes.
and I like the Maleficent and Pete basically got trapped inside that book. I thought, okay, fine, we'll have to save them because
It's like I guess they're here too.
yeah.
I will
we
say
need to save them
my-
here so they could be pointless in Kingdom Hearts 3.
I will say the most experience that I have with this game is a improv dub that me and some friends did of the cutscenes, where we turned the plot into like they get trapped in Jiminy's journal, but it's just like a bunch of poems when he was an edgy teenager. So every world is reminiscent to like a stage of adolescence. It
for the
was
cricket?
bad, but the cricket. He was like a deadbeat rapper that Mickey wanted out of his house.
Oh my god. I don't know how I feel about this as being the retranslated voice of Jiminy.
It's okay. It's not canon Jiminy. It's just it's a
Oh,
Jiminy
well,
from a
thank you.
different universe.
Thank you. 3D's next.
Oh yeah, 3D. 3D. I didn't play it. My sibling did. I don't know how to feel about it.
There's nothing to feel about it. I love that you
There
get. I
isn't.
love the world ends with you get some representation, but time travel. Really?
It made me so mad. I hate stories that like suddenly jump into and now we're going into time travel. It
Yeah.
makes my blood boil.
Like, I love time travel shit, but it needs to be set up in the beginning. It needs to be set
Right,
up. Time travel
rules.
is the main focus. Like Back to the Future.
Right.
How would Back to the Future work if time travel was only introduced in the third movie? Like,
Right,
what?
right. It wouldn't work. It would not
Okay.
work.
If they said something like, how did Xehanort know this information, and they follow Xehanort, and then Xehanort's like, well, I found it because I went from the past. That would be better than what they pulled.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically, if you introduce any writers that are listening to this podcast, heed this advice. If you end up making something long term and you introduce time travel, you are a terrible writer.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Don't do it. Time travel
Unless
is a
it's already-
fun
it's
concept.
already in the initial premise.
Yes.
So if like
Right.
in your first idea, time travel has to be there. Okay, but if your
Right.
series is going on for a long time and then you're like running out of ideas, it's like time travel.
Yeah.
No, don't. If you've pre-planned, just at this point, someone's going to time travel. Sure, do that. But if
Yeah.
it's just, I guess I'll put time travel here because I don't know, nostalgia, I guess, or let's jump to the future because why not? Stop what
fair-
you're doing right now. Sit down, rethink your life choices.
To be fair, there was one time where introducing time travel did kind of work, and I hate that I'm giving this woman credit, but it's in the Harry
Oh.
Potter series.
Yeah.
It's the only time where I can say,
Yeah.
yeah, time travel is reasonable in this world.
Because
But
it's hinted
she
at,
very,
but not in a
she
way
very
that
quickly
you can
set
tell.
up that time travel was only ever used during the third book by Hermione, and you never see any other character using it. And then in the fifth book, when they go to the wizard government place, I can't remember the name of the place. In the book, at least, all the time turners are destroyed. So it means that time travel can't actually work anymore. And that, I feel like, was the only time where time travel being introduced partway through worked. And even then, it was a
So
closed circuit time travel. It was like only an hour,
right.
and it was set up during that book and during the movie that
Right.
time travel was. Oh, what the fuck? Hermione just teleported here. What the fuck just happened? Whereas in Kingdom Hearts, time travel.
I don't know time travel. I guess. I
I
guess
thought this was a Kingdom
so-
Hearts podcast.
It's fine.
I brought it back to Kingdom
now
Hearts, it's
know
fine.
that there is. I now know that there is
I'm
time travel
joking.
in Harry Potter.
I'm
so
joking.
Yeah.
There's something to look out for.
Alright.
We're allowed to talk about other things. It's not.
Yeah.
It's
I didn't-
exclusively.
I'm saying
Kingdom
I've
Hearts
been
podcast.
spoiled. I've been spoiled.
Oh, piss off.
What
Okay.
the? You,
Kingdom Hearts
Moving
3!
on.
Kingdom Hearts,
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Kingdom Hearts 3. I have another strange relationship with that game. I remember I played it first at my brother's place. I was so excited. I got to the Olympus and I was like, yo, this is so cool. You get to do all these things and run up walls and I get to be on a train. And then I went to play it back at my own home and I played through it and I was still so excited and I kept playing and suddenly the thought popped up in my head of just like, this is weird. I kind of love the gameplay of that game, of just being able to go in and just tear things apart with a giant pirate ship, because why not? But the story gives me
yeah,
it's
it's very wonky.
yeah.
I do feel like there are some worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3 that incorporate the story really well. Things like
Right.
the Monstropolis world being the only one with Inversed, and
Right.
Vanitas feeding on screams and negative emotions that
Yeah.
still persist in the factory. That's a great premise. Same with, to a minimum extent, Marluxia and Larxene looking for new Princess of Light. But it's very loosely tied to the world.
Frozen. Larxene. She's not supposed to have ice magic! She has no ice! Why did she make a giant castle? Where did that come from?
Did you not know she built the castle by static charging the ice and gluing it together?
No!
Of course.
Because according
That's
to
the only thing that makes sense.
according to Tetsuya Nomura, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
It makes so much sense. There's also another point in that world when Anna is explaining her backstory or whatever, and then Tiny Anna starts singing. My brain is special. I can only focus on a few things at once. When I heard both of those things going on, trying to read both of the subtitles, my brain just shut down. I was just like, I didn't want to watch Frozen, and I'm trying to hear, I guess, backstory stuff that I already know. Why is this happening? And then the actual Anna started singing, and then I was just like, oh, shut up. Let me go. Let me free.
Okay. You know what? I wouldn't have minded adult Anna singing just that little bit that she did sing if they didn't have child Anna singing as well.
Right.
Because then it would have just been a reference to that song. Which is like, okay, you know what, that's kind of cute. But having the entire intro of Do You Want to Build a Snowman and the entirety of Let It Go can fuck right off.
Right.
If you're going to have songs, include the cool ones, like the fucking pirate song from Pirates of the Caribbean.
I don't understand it.
Frozen's got nothing else going for it, okay? It needs the songs to be interesting.
I swear, the only thing that got me through that world was when I played through it, my nieces were also with me. A little bit of context, my nieces are the oldest one is 5 years younger than me, and we just started joking about Winnie the Pooh and his honey addiction. That was the only thing that got me through that world.
Ooh, you need to really laugh at it. Shut up, bitch!
I remember when leaving the Pooh world, and Pooh was like, "Sora, there's something I need to tell you." I paused. I was like, "I've been addicted for honey for years. I need your help." We never let that go.
Then again, we can slander Winnie the Pooh now because he's public domain.
Yeah! Let's go!
Public domain, Winnie the Pooh! Fuck that bear!
Fuck that bear!
Fucking diabetic, retarded bear, Jesus Christ. I shouldn't have used that word. I'm autistic myself. I like using that word. Jack, doing alright? You've been very quiet.
I'm doing alright. I'm just listening, though.
Okay,
Next.
What's
it? The rhythm game.
Melody of Memory.
Melody of Memory. I've actually almost 100%ed that game.
Really?
Very nearly. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I just did. I really like it. There's actually a moment when I wanted to join this game with a few friends of mine. Mind you, I barely, if ever, play online with anything, and I got one of them as a friend, and they started reading off how many hours I played Melody of Memory. It's a lot, and I was just like, no, wait, and they're like, why is this the only game you've played in months? I was like, no, shut up, it's fine.
To be fair, when you play that one song, you're like, just one more song, and then half an hour later, just one more song. 5 hours later, just one more song.
Some more song, and I am a bit of a perfectionist, so yeah. I am that bitch that goes into a game and starts playing, and if I see a good, I quit, I go back, I need to get it all.
See, now, the only achievement that I've ever done with it is the song All Friends, All Rivals. I've managed to full chain that blindfolded.
True!
That's the only achievement I can say that I've done.
Nice! That's awesome! I know, the one song that I keep having troubles with is Shion's battle theme song. I keep forgetting its name.
Vector to the Heavens. Yeah,
Vector
there's like
to the Heavens!
There is like a moment where it slows down. Like,
I'm gonna cry, stop.
There's that, and there's this one point where, like, the person on the piano goes apeshit, and then you also have to go apeshit. My fingers aren't fast enough for that.
Bum, 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 Oh, it's way too hard. Adam, you gotta use that as the background music for this part.
Oh, no, I want to cry.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Back to the Heavens.
We'll use the calm version. We'll use the calm version.
Yes! Gosh.
There's a calm version of Vector to the Heavens?
There's two versions. There's the battle version, which is the one that goes crazy.
Yeah.
And then there's the calm one when she's dying.
Oh, the calm one. I thought you said calm, like there's a version in Chain of Memories or something.
No.
No.
I got really
in Chain of Memories, there's suddenly a random song of Shion, which would make sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I'll use the one that appears in Melody and Memory. I'll use that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on to something else. Potential worlds in Kingdom Hearts. This is a segment we like to have every now and again. And I would like to add in a suggestion.
Oh, go on then.
I have a feeling I might know.
All right. Muppets.
Oh, for God's sake.
The Muppets.
Okay. Outside of the podcast, we tend to talk. We tend to have this conversation like, oh, what worlds would go in? And Jack brought up the Muppets, and I thought the Muppets sounds like the dumbest idea. It would never work. And I hate that you brought it into a podcast because now I have to explain myself.
So, the Muppets in Kingdom Hearts. Imagine this, right?
So
you got.
This better be funny, Jack.
You have Kermit the Frog as your companion, right? Kind of like, but like he just appears in like a world. Think like Beast in Hollow Bastion, where that's not really his world. He's looking for Miss Piggy, right? Sora's helping him,
Miss Piggy,
and he's just like giving his little insights, like he's like, so what happened to your world, Kermit? Well, my world was overtaken by the Heartless. And he explains like his whole thing. It's like, we were right in the middle of a show.
I can't,
and they just...
I hate the idea of the Muppets being in a video game. Unless, like, they were a summon and they were restricted to the screen. So you could only see their top half.
I want to see
all of his
Kermit,
abilities are already ready.
Somebody with a banjo.
His reaction command when you get close to him is called the Rainbow Connection. It's a mini game where you strum guitars with Kermit the Frog and giant rainbows spew out everywhere. That's all you need.
I hate you right now.
His battle quotes would be the greatest of all time.
Light is better than darkness. Yay!
The darkness. But then when he finally reaches Miss Piggy, what's his name? Fozzie is there, but he's been corrupted by darkness.
No!
Oh my god!
And he like blasts out.
Oh my gosh!
You know what? Actually, I like the idea of a Muppets world if and only if the cutscenes are always shot from the same angle as if it was the TV show.
Yeah.
Wait, but it would also bring back that whole thing that they keep referring to, like puppets have hearts type. They talk about that with Pinocchio. They talk about that with
no, but that's
Toy
the thing.
Story and Big Hero 6. It would come back.
No, but the thing is, in the world of Pinocchio is a puppet brought to life. In the world of the Muppets, they exist. They are just
exactly, which is
them.
why it would be different.
But you can't exactly
It's
say,
just
puppets
well,
have...
but it's just exploring. It's just exploring a new outcome.
Yeah.
Like a different. It's the same thing with the toys.
Okay,
They were always alive.
here's one for you. So, the Muppets very clearly interact with real human beings. Would Sora, Donald, and Goofy stay as they are, or would they become puppets?
I think they would become puppets because that's the norm. Because like, you think if you think about it, in whatchamacallit, in Halloween Town, there's still people. Like there's Santa Claus and there's Lock, Shock, and Barrel, but Sora, Donald, and Goofy still turn into monsters. And same thing with Toy Story. Like they transform into what's the norm.
I kind of like the idea of like Donald and Goofy becoming puppets, but Sora stays the same.
I think that would work. He's like, why haven't I changed? It's like, maybe you can exist in this world, but maybe we can't. Like, in this way.
It would be like a Sesame Street episode.
No! Donald's just flailing around like a Muppet whenever he's
that's
angry.
a good point. Jan actually does bring up a good point, because the Muppets are not just the Muppets. You have all the Jim Henson properties, so things like Sesame Street, Fraggle Rock, Dark Crystal.
Oh my gosh!
Sesame Street.
Yeah, I said Sesame Street. Also, I'm going to throw my hat into the ring. I know it's an adult-rated movie, but Happy Time Murders.
Oh my gosh!
They would never.
They would never allow that. Never.
Are we going to see dinosaurs in there? If you know what
Dinosaurs, the movie?
No, there's this really old Jim Henson show called Dinosaurs.
Oh, I know the one with the baby, like Mama.
That's the one with the baby.
Yes, the one with the really sad ending.
Yes! Oh my gosh, you know about the ending!
Of course I know about the ending!
So
it's the most
fucked
depressing
up!
thing I've ever seen!
It's so fucked up!
Jack, have you heard about the ending of this show?
No.
So, are you familiar with... You must be familiar with the puppets and the actual characters. Like, there's a dad dinosaur. It's basically like the Flintstones, but they're all dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And the final episode, it starts off talking about, there's a blizzard going on. Better stay inside.
Yes.
And you'll stay safe.
There's a blizzard happening.
And then as the
Does
episode
the
goes
final
on,
episode end? Does
the episode
final
goes
episode
on.
End with the meteor?
No. It doesn't end with the meteor. It ends with with the blizzard gets stronger and stronger with no sign of slowing down, to the point where it starts worrying the family, and the dad is like. And sorry, the baby's like, Dad, are we gonna be alright? He goes, I don't know, son. I don't know. And then the camera pulls out of the house through the window, and you just see the family all holding themselves together.
Yeah.
Snow covering the house. And that's it! The entire episode ends! The
That's
series over!
it! I feel like there was a point where, like, you saw this, like, newscaster that was like, you know, stay strong, there's no telling what's gonna happen, below you find, and then it cuts to black, and that's it. End of show.
That is... I would love to see that as a world. But, you know, hang on, Jan, here's my call for it. The world starts off as the dinosaurs, and then when you revisit the world, and either later in the same later in the same game, or in Kingdom Hearts 5, you go back to that world. It's the same world, but it's now based on Ice Age. Yo! Because Ice Age is Disney now.
Oh my gosh!
Don't remind me.
Sora's like, where did all the dinosaurs go?
Look,
and Manny's
I'm just waiting for either DreamWorks to buy Disney or Disney to buy DreamWorks, who can finally have Megamind and Kingdom Hearts. Okay.
Oh my
That's all I
gosh!
want.
Yeah.
That and Shrek.
Going back to the Muppets a second, I did actually have a question for you. So, what is your guys' favourite Muppet? And it could be it could be anything from.
Animal!
It can be. Animal is a good choice.
I was gonna say anything from Sesame Street or the main The Muppet Show.
Let me think about this.
So for me, it's Swedish Chef.
Swedish Chef is so good.
Swedish Chef is amazing.
It's a tie. It's a tie between the two doctors.
Oh, Beaker and I
Beaker,
can't remember the other one.
Beaker. Yeah, I think Beaker takes it by a little bit.
Beaker is funny. Yes, Beaker.
And of course, Kermit's a classic, but everyone likes Kermit.
Everybody likes Kermit. That's the cheap answer.
Didn't they kind of confirm that Gonzo was agendered?
Yeah. I think.
Because Gonzo, they had a running joke where, like, there'd be like 3 bathrooms, one for men, one for women, one for Gonzo.
Yeah.
He's his own thing.
He is
Gonzo was a Gonzo.
Gonzo was a Gonzo.
I love Gonzo with the wind. It's one of my favorite puns.
Gosh, have either of you heard of that one movie where Gonzo like finds out about these aliens that he might be related to? So he just
that was it. We weren't sure whether or not he was an alien or not.
Right.
It turns out he's not actually an alien. He is just a Gonzo.
He is just a Gonzo.
in the same way that like Goofy is just a goof.
Yeah.
Because the original, what Goofy was originally is was very product at the time. Let's just leave it at that.
We don't talk about old Goofy.
Yeah,
no.
I mean, funny you saying that. That was actually another world that I wanted to explore. I wanted to bring up the idea of Encanto being in the next game.
Encanto world, you can go in and you can like see everybody's rooms.
Yeah, that's the that I feel like would be the only way that world could work.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that, you know how like all the rooms are bigger on the inside?
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of maybe the Heartless has attacked the home in some way and caused the doors to break, meaning that the rooms have expanded out and they are just the size they are breaking out of the casita. And maybe it's your job to actually go into the world to try and figure out what's going on.
Right, try to fix it.
Yeah. Because then it means that you could go from Isabella's flower room straight into Bruno's sand tower. Or they can introduce new rooms. Because I think in the movie you only see 3 rooms, don't you?
Yeah, you see Bruno's room, Isabella's room, and the Antonio's room.
Antonio, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rooms of the other people would be. I know during development they wanted to show off Luisa's room.
Yes.
And they wanted her room to just be like just full of heavy things, like that's how she would exercise. But there'd be like a secret cubby hole which would lead to a fun fair type thing.
I love the thought of that. I love that.
Yeah, they wanted that idea, but they felt like it would actually go against the message of the movie.
Right.
You know.
But it would be so cool, though.
It would be cool. But who would be on your team? Because I can't see. Like, as much as I love Mirabel, I can't see her being on your team. But I could see Luisa and Isabella both being on your team.
Okay.
So maybe the 3 sisters travel around, but it's just Luisa and Isabella fighting alongside you.
Right.
Sort of like how in Monstropolis you have Sully and Mike, and then Boo's just there.
Right. Tiny Boo. The boo's a child. We're not going to make a baby fight.
Exactly. Be the same with Mirabel.
Yeah, I will advocate for Mirabel a little bit. Simply is just bringing her along for the ride of just accentuating that message of just like, sure, you don't have a bunch of like superpowers and stuff like that, but you can still do stuff, and maybe she does.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm saying bring her along, but she wouldn't do any of the actual fighting. She'd be like off in the corner, like, I don't know, like fixing a puzzle or like trying to figure out how to get a door open or something, and you've got to protect her or something.
Oh, when Mirabel starts like putting together the glass puzzle thing, and Heartless start appearing, breaking down the sand temple, whatever it is, and you gotta like fight him off and wait till Mirabel's done with her thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Encanto, Jack?
Encanto's it's okay.
I have to ask, have you seen Encanto?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Like,
I sense something
I'm
unpopular.
not lost on this.
you're not. You're lost, aren't you?
I'm not.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Jack's just sitting over in the corner, just like, these two fucking nerds.
Okay, so Jack's thrown Muppets into the ring. I've thrown Encanto in. Jan, do you have anything that you think would be a good idea?
Okay, I heard Ice Age, and I'm now thinking that would be a great world to put in. Specifically Ice Age 2, mainly just because I love that movie, and having things suddenly being flood over time would be kind of cool.
Oh, so... Yeah. Right, okay, I know what you mean. So, you won't have to deal with any of the baby shit.
Right.
But it means you can have... Would your party members be Manny and Diego?
Yes,
I can't see Sid being a partner.
No, Sid is the comedy.
Well,
but Diego and Manny as party members, I think would work very well.
I feel like that could work.
There's a couple parts of the movie that I think would work especially well in the game. Like, there's one part in the movie where like the trio end up sliding down this big water thing because of Sid. That would be a really cool minigame. Just going down this major water slide, dodging obstacles, maybe fighting off a couple Heartless.
I think it would work.
Yeah.
Yeah, while you guys have been talking about this stuff, I decided to come up with the title for the podcast.
Oh, did you? Oh, we're doing this.
Yeah,
we're doing this. We usually do this during fucking finale music.
I'll reveal it, and we can go over and improve it. But I think I have the perfect title.
Not a problem. You hold on to that, okay? So, with an Ice Age world, would the boss, or maybe the bosses, could be those dinosaur
the fish things. The dinosaur fish. Yeah.
That'd be quite cool. Or
right?
maybe like a mini boss could be those mini sloths.
Oh yeah. Or one like possible either mini boss or like mini event. The vultures. The vultures is coming and trying to attack.
The vultures would be good.
Swipe them off.
I like the idea of like the mini sloths being the mini boss, but not actually fighting those sloths, but that you fight the statue that they built. With it being possessed by the Heartless.
Right. Oh, that would be
a neat idea.
Cool.
I think that would be a genuinely good idea. Sort of like how you fight the Agrabah head, the Cave of Wonders head.
Agrabah head. Yeah. Oh, and you gotta if it falls, you gotta aim for its eyes or its nose or whatever.
Maybe like the mini sloth, because maybe the floor breaks away and the mini sloths are jumping on it, causing the floor to slant, and
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I love,
God,
like,
okay.
I feel like mini bosses can get away with being a bit more gimmicky, while main bosses should use all the skills you've learned. Yeah.
Right.
Just use the skills you've
Yeah.
learned, fight your way through it.
And beat him up.
Yeah.
Just mash X until you win.
Yeah.
Like- Yeah.
I shouldn't have to think about where to go or what to do. I should just press the button.
Just press button and go.
Are we worn out the Ice Age idea?
Possibly we have.
So.
Ice Age is so...
I guess you could say it's melted.
It's shit.
I could leave again, but I won't do a bit twice.
Well, you clearly don't know me because I will keep doing the same bit over and over.
Oh gosh.
All right. How long has it been? What time are we at?
Aside from technical stuff at the beginning, we'd be going 50 minutes.
50 minutes.
Hey,
Dang.
Yeah.
let's go.
We could talk about a bit more.
Hey.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be specifically. Ooh, we could talk about what I said we should talk about before, but you said no. Wait.
Okay, go on. What did you say again?
Propaganda.
The mod. The propaganda. The mod.
Propaganda.
For anyone who's been following along, I'm not gonna make this really brief. The mod is now in its final stages of development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're literally
Payday now.
talking. We're literally talking 2 character battle quotes, and that's it.
Yep. Everything
Yeah,
else
I just
is like in, and even then, that one of those is like half done. So it's really
Yeah.
1.5 battle quotes.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think Lorelei said that she was gonna do them today. So even
Yeah.
then, like that's
Also-
almost it.
Also, as we speak, Yo Dizzle is finishing up the trailer,
Trailer.
Yes.
so she's doing that.
But we might have 2 trailers because it's always good to have more than one and just put it on different channels.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
just,
this is.
we'll just have the one, and
For now, we'll just have the one. Yeah,
just have the one. It's
Um,
fine.
just have the one.
I don't like I feel like with trailers you shouldn't show off too much, and let's face it, the whole point of the mod is to say, hey, we've got all our voices in the game, but the whole point of the
You have
main
to download
series
the game
is
to
yeah.
to
You can't
play
really
through.
show off cutscenes in the trailer because you may as well just watch our series. This all
I could show off a few examples near the beginning, so that way,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
whoa, look at this fun stuff. I'll show off some of the more iconic stuff. Like, I'll keep that kind of hidden.
yeah,
I'll show off more of
Right.
like the I'll show off a few, like maybe I'll show off nesting website and like
Yeah.
a few funny ones.
yeah,
Yes.
But most of them I'll keep behind bars.
yeah.
Right. Keep it up.
Definitely show some Donald stuff, but it is literally like I could put it out now and call it a day, but I'm not because I want to get
Yeah.
it all done.
Yeah.
But
I
all
think,
cutscenes are
if
done.
I'm not mistaken,
and ready.
once you've gotten those 2 characters done, you still want to do like extra stuff. But if you feel like that's it, that is 1.0
That is-
mod is done.
That is it. I might add in some extra stuff, maybe like add in some extra signs or something. Well, because there's not really
Yeah.
that many text stuff to translate, really. There's only really in Traverse Town
Yeah.
a little bit of Hercules and a little bit of Tarzan, but like nothing else really.
It's a tiny here, tiny
We're,
sprinkle there.
we're also limited by the fact that we can't change the intro and outro.
Yeah, pre-rendered cutscenes currently I cannot change. So
that
just-
is something
just
we can't do.
Skip those.
Forget them.
Well, I
You're
mean-
watching-
They don't exist.
Well, I mean, if you end up deciding to stream the game on Twitch,
Just
you have to
just
skip them
pretend it's
anyway.
me.
So,
Exactly.
yeah.
yeah.
Pretend they're not there.
So it means
Yeah.
if you want to hear Janarama's rendition of Simple and Clean that we
You have to
dubbed
watch the actual
Complicated and
one.
Messy, you have to
Watch
watch the main
the-
series.
Watch the actual series,
Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah. speaking of the main series, I am in the final processes of getting part 2 done. So I need
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, I need to poke some people to get that done.
You gotta poke a lot of people.
I gotta poke a few people. If I'm not mistaken, at this point in time, all of my lines are done. Your lines, Jack, are done. Marcus is finished. I need everything from Geo. Ocean's done. And I need a couple of things from Cossa and Wendy. I think that's it.
Yeah, and then that's ready.
Whereas I think with Jan, am I right in saying that Jan, I cast you as Gion for days, didn't
Yes!
I?
Yeah!
I get to watch you die. We get to do that scene together.
Yeah! I get to die! This is gonna be amazing!
That is not where I was hoping this conversation to be. I'm gonna stop. Tell you what. On that note, I'm gonna start playing the outro music. Let's talk about a title. Jack, what was your title idea?
This is what I've been saving. Right. Current title that I have: Kermit the Frog fights Mirabel with Manny from Ice Age.
That is a very long title that I don't think will fit on the.
We can cut out from Ice Age.
Edit it.
We can cut out Manny from Ice Age.
It's really weird. So, if you cut out that bit, what is it now?
Kermit the Frog fights Mirabel with Manny.
Sure.
It works.
Okay.
It only fits one line on Discord, so it should be fine.
Cool.
Let's go.
I'm gonna have to find out the actual character limits so we can find out.
Adam, you gotta show me the clips. I wanna draw a sketch of like a rough storyboard of the Kermit the Frog level, please. Put those in as still frames for the for the podcast.
Well, it only takes me a couple of days to edit a podcast, so you're gonna have to get them to me quick.
I can get them quick. Here, I'll.
If you'd like to help, Jan, do you want to help me get a Monica nominee?
Yes. Oh, I would love to.
Because when I was thinking of editing it, I was literally just gonna have a picture of Monica, and then edit a white dress over, and edit just a really shitty blonde wig over her.
What do you mean it's
no! We are drawing this shit.
You're making art. I'm a connoisseur of Kermit the Frog. It's one of the few things I can draw.
We are connoisseurs of crap.
Yes.
I'm ending the episode.
Ouch.
Okay, bye, people.
Jack, do you want to read us out? Jack, read us out.
Okay. Thank you to all of our supporters and everyone who's watched this. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye now. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I hate that I know that reference.